just settle down, build up a partnership, pay heed to the good bowls, and rotate strike.
Yeah, so it's Ayan versus Gulson now. A deep square leg towards the mid wicket, front of square, and a long on as well. Pretty wide one. That's the area where Gulson is very strong.
And also with this left-right combination that you're talking about, requirement for the field to be changed. But even there, they're taking a bit of time. See the bowler really not happy initially with the placements. Quicker through there, slightly shorter. So Ayan Afzal Khan really mixing it up, and that's what you got to do. You know you can get that extra bit of turn from the wicket, and you try to zip one through. Goes, that's high in there. How far is that going? It's gone many a mile. It's gone the distance. What a strike that is. Terrific shot. Really getting a move on here.
Gulshan Shah brings the long handle out. Hits it high, hits it long, and it travels a long way. A good 20 meters back. Look at that. Gave it a full swing. How high it went, Shamim bhai. Look at that.
All you can do as a fielder is look and wonder and eventually go and fetch it. That hung in there for quite some time. Easy, easy. You can't afford to get carried away. I know you've got a maximum, but there will be balls like that when you can go after. Look at this. Full swing on the bat. Got a bit of it. It's almost into the clouds here. And then dropping safely and over for a superlative strike.
Good comeback by Ayan. Bowling it flatter. Not bowling up to him, not giving him that room to free his arms.
He's content. That is good cricket. That is good batting after the big shot early in the over. Another over done, 5 completed. It's 18 for 1. That's what transpired. 33.1 overs is all that the UAE could survive. Bowled up to 117. The tail wagging for a little while this morning on this reserve day of this terrific final. Ron Mustafa getting a little frustrated, also trying to get under the skin of the batters with some cheeky moves and words.
No run, no run.
So yeah, it's exactly 100 runs needed. Still 9 wickets in hand. Rohan bowling pretty tight here.
Nicely easing into that shot, knowing that there's cover in the deep, you're going to amble the single. And that is the need of the hour for Nepal. No need to throw away with your wickets with injudicious shots like we saw Votel did initially. Put the pressure on the batters early on. You can just have the time, ample opportunity to bide your time and pick your shots.
Yeah, and especially with the experience Mustafa has, Gulshan doesn't need to take any risk against him. Just needs to play the merit of the ball. Maybe give the strike to Asif.
I'm wondering, with the two spinners in action, bowling in tandem, with the overhead conditions, the balls reasonably new, bowling 2 new balls from either end, whether maybe a pacer would be brought in just to break this partnership. Seem to be getting a little more comfortable in negotiating the spin bowlers.
Yeah, Wasim would be having that thought in the mind at the moment. With the start Nepal has after the loss of the first wicket, would say it was a good call sending in Gulshan. That's what Monty Desai does. No wonder why he's called the
Extreme pressure on the skipper, Rohit Paudel. He comes in, he's got a lot of numbers, a lot of runs in this tournament. And he needs to ensure that gets into a partnership of strength for Nepal while going to that target. Ayan strikes in this over. Oh, beauty. What a nice delivery that was.
beautiful ball first up to Rohit. The skipper who walks in, look at that ball, pitches around the off stump and goes away. Unplayable, that is.
Another one, it's a replay virtually of the last ball. Tense the faces in the crowd here now.
You see in the VIPs, one of the superstars of Nepal. He's they call the Amitabh Bachchan of Nepal, Rajesh Hamal. You would question Samim by the two openers who came in, Kushal and Asif, who got out in the sweep shot. Maybe a bit unnecessary. Yes, the ball is turning, the sweep shot is an option to play, but with so many overs left and knowing their game, they never used to play that shot so early.
Absolutely agree with you. I think just looking at this delivery, straighter, little straighter, gets the option for the skipper to get an inside part of the bat and trickle away to open his account. Yes, I think the selection left a little to be desired. You did not really have to try and sweep those balls, and you know it's turning. But I feel that the batter was a tad unfortunate with that decision. It seemed to be sort of turning away and striking outside the line of off, but the umpires got the best view and he decided that it was out.
Yeah, probably playing with the turn would have been a better option, going with your strengths. Yeah, but a big learning. When it comes out, it looks good. When it doesn't, you always have that question.
Absolutely. This is, in this kind of situation, you'd consider tad risky to play that sweep and expose your pads. This is drifting down leg. All he has to do is close the face. It's a single, quite easily done. And this is what the Nepali batters have got to tell themselves. Just milk the runs. Make it steady. 7 overs done. It's 21 for 2.
Well, welcome back to the pressure cooker. Welcome back to the amphitheatre, the mecca here of Nepali cricket. We're at the TU International Cricket Ground. Gulshan Jah, they've made a big call by sending the youngster in at number 3. You can see why they've done it with the left arm spinner Ayan Afzal Khan bowling so brilliantly throughout the tournament. But with Rohan Mustafa's antics, Asif Sheikh probably letting the occasion get the better of him. Maybe a tough LBW decision. It's all got very, very heated out there. And let's hope that we can focus on the cricket rather than the flashpoints between the two sides. I think Rohan Mustafa in particular, he needs to calm down. Andrew Leonard here, joined by Paresh Lahani. Paresh, it's all happening out there.
First of all, very good morning to all the viewers here. You just tuned in. This is the reserve day. Nepal needing 118 to win. Yeah, I think Ayan Khan is going to change his ends. The youngster, he just turned 18 a couple of months ago. He was in the under 19 squad for UAE in the Asia qualifiers for the T20 2024 under 19 World Cup, and he was even the part of the senior side as well. A very good youngster, changing his end, coming from the Chobar end.
Well, if you're wondering why we love associate cricket so much, this is a 17-year-old Ayan Khan, born in 2005. Gulshan Jah is born in 2006. They're going to go head to head with a place at the Asia Cup on the line to go and take on Virat Kohli and Babar Azam et al. How exciting is this? And Ayan Khan, arguably maybe the best left arm spinner in this tournament in terms of his output, his results, already has 13 wickets to his name. Can he impact this final just like he did the rest of the UAE's charge throughout this tournament? There's such energy in this ground, and it's youth to the fore. Do you think they're not going to happen because of the left-hander out there?
Yeah, I think because of the wrist spinner, the control is the issue here for the UAE bowlers. Look at that control again from Ayan Khan. Ball drifting in but not turning, going with the arm. Yeah, I think that is why Mayappan hasn't been used, because of the control of the wrist spinner.
I think
many a mile. It was high, it was long, and someone could have taken it in the crowd. But they're more interested in jumping around and really absorbing the wonderful atmosphere we have here, tingling with excitement.
Waiting for the ball to come into play. The spectators doesn't want to throw the ball back.
Would you blame them for that? They want it as a souvenir. The ball that was hit for a six by Gulshan Jah. I've got it. I'm not giving it back.
You never know, a new ball and this break can help UAE, as we have seen throughout the tournament. Just getting carried away, the crowd.
Oh, that's all right. I think there's so much in this game for them. The emotions, the expectations, the fervor, just the entertainment. And when it goes for six, what better than to really revel in the surrounds, what is going on. And that gives the opportunity also for a drinks interval to take place as we have a change. Just a reminder, at the drinks interval, Nepal are 54 for 3. There's music, there's hope, there's expectation, and there's that realization that Nepal, if they win, are on the verge of making cricketing history, which will not only affect the game of cricket per se, it'll affect the whole thinking, the positivity in the ground, the positivity will be reflected in the rest of the country, brings the country together. This wonderful game of cricket we've seen in the past happening in other countries, and Nepal is on the verge. What a performance so far. We're all set to go after the break. The batters have to be a little careful. Anytime after the break, they need to get their concentration back, need to get their focus back. It's imperative that Gulshan in particular might be tempted with the big shots, needs to just regroup, refocus. Width of one is slapped away. It is going to the cover boundary. A loose delivery first up, and immediately latching onto that. The ground has gone bonkers here.
The show continues. A poor delivery, width offered, and nicely put in the gap. Through the offside goes Gulshan Jah. Now he is in a hurry, shifting the gaze quickly against the leg break bowler. Mayappan, 2 balls, considered 10 runs.
Do not be in a hurry. Just stay calm. There might be a good ball coming. You never know. Just can't get afford to get carried away. 39 of 50 for Gulshan. Yeah, Paresh and Sharat to my right here, just in the commentary box behind us. Outnumbering Mudassir Ali to my left. Yopesh, there. Our director. Now you got a better shot than us, Yopesh.
Good work done by the camera team throughout the tournament. With each run, they are stepping closer to that Asia Cup spot. 5 teams, Sri Lanka, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh and Afghanistan, waiting for the winner from this encounter. Now they are in control. Gulshan Jah dictating the term out here at TU International Cricket Ground.
See what UAE is trying to do is slow the game down a little bit now. Just give the batter something to think about. It is important. With the pacer in, Zahoor Khan, there will be a little more, maybe a little bit of movement. 45, Gulshan Jah has been so very pleasing to watch him progress. But this is him on strike. Oh, he's trying to get an edge to that. There's an appeal. Umpire shakes his head. Keeper took it. But I tell you what, maybe there was a little bit of daylight between bat and ball there.
Nowhere near the ball to the bat, and a good decision by Rahat Ali. Bowler trying to put that extra pressure but not getting that support from the wicket keeper Vritya. It has been the innings of so much of control, the aggression showed by Gulshan Jah.
That's right on top of our commentary box here, the VIP areas. Board members has been enjoying what is happening in the middle. It's been engrossing, it's been intriguing, it's been entertaining. Right behind that, this is good from him. You want to be able to spot that change in the pace that's going to come, that little bit of extra shape that's going to happen. But just bide your time, because you have got all the time in the world.
Yes, you have did all the hard work after losing those 3 wickets, building up the partnership. Credit should be given to this youngster Gulshan Jah and Bheem Sharkey as well for staying around with Gulshan Jah, and bulk of the scoring has come from the blade of Gulshan Jah. It's Bheem on strike up against Zahoor Khan.
Oh, he's trying his best to get a nibble, I tell you what. He's not getting into line. He's been beaten outside the line of the off stump on 2 occasions. Got to be a little careful. Just ease off a little bit. Let the batters come and talk about, as a non-striker, you can see the angle of the ball, the shape of the ball. So non-striker, Gulshan can just go across, have a few words with him and tell him what is happening.
Absolutely, and I reckon they have played out that phase where they were in bit trouble. Now they are in complete control. Just concentrate on those singles and wait for that bad delivery to get those boundaries. It's Bheem taking his time. 32 deliveries for his 6 runs in Zahoor Khan.
Oh, he's just fishing outside the line of off stump. This is not a very well controlled shot. It's got him a run, but there was a definite element of risk in that shot.
Just playing away from the body. There was a catching gully very close. Just managing to go past that gully fielder.
Such a colourful ground, the colour of the crowd in the grassy banks. Got the panels up, the awnings, and the ACC Men's Premier Cup 2023 is coming to a spectacular finish here at the TU International Ground in Kathmandu. It's been such a delight to have been here, been part of this fabulous tournament. The crowd have enjoyed it. It'll be an icing on the cake if the Nepal goes on and wins this one and moves and plays with the big boys.
19 gone, 66 for the loss of 3.
Six for 3, Gulshan 46 of those 66 runs have been made by one guy, and a person you'd have hoped that would do the job for you when you took the chance of elevating him in the batting order, but how well it has worked out for them.
An all-round performance so far by Gulshan Jah, taking that catch in the first innings of Ramesh Shehzad, backpedaling almost 22 steps back and taking that catch, and then there was a partnership flourishing between Basil Hamid and Asif Khan. Then came Gulshanja, getting better of Basil Hamid, breaking that partnership. Man of crisis for Nepal, Gulshanja on strike.
Rohan Mustafa has been good, 2 for 7 so far. But now it's a different mindset. The whole scenario, the whole complexion of the game has changed. Slowly and gradually it's been hauled in by the Nepali batters, particularly Gulshanja. But also must not take credit away from Bim. It's given him support. Looking more confident in negotiating Mustafa's bowling now.
I'm so impressed by this lad Gulshanja. Look at that composure and calmness in his batting so far. He knows when to go after the bowler. Now showing some respect to Rohan Mustafa. Not at all in a hurry. Gulshanja.
When you know a bowler has got his rhythm, is turning the ball, you just try and play out his overs just like that. Little push and run, soft hands. This is good running. That's what you need to do. You see, the bowler gets frustrated. Bowls good deliveries. The result is that little push for a single with the angled bat.
Taking on the fielders. They were excellent. Talked about the running between the wickets between Gulshanja and Bhim. Sharkey responding and complementing each other very well.
Gives the ball some air. Happy just to play down the line, not trying to play the big shots. Realization that Mustafa is bowling some good deliveries, so just play out his overs. And he does. And a fumble in the field. Goodness, that's the last thing you want. It's fielding unit, give an extra run. And each run can turn out to be so precious. That's the end of the 20th over. Nepal move on to 68 for 3. The crowd on the field, they've been shouting their throats hoarse since the morning, since well before the game started. Coming out here in huge numbers. At least 20,000 people packed into this picturesque stadium, the TU ground here in Kathmandu, with the backdrop of that marvelous mountain in the distance, the greenery around, the wonderful tussle in the middle. Couldn't have had anything better for entertainment value.
Absolutely jam-packed here at TU International Ground. It's not a holiday, but the crowd pouring in to support their heroes. It's Gulshanja and Bhim Sharkey building that partnership. They came in when the team was in a bit of bother. Look at the maturity they both have in their batting, rotating the strike and getting those big runs, especially Gulshanja.
UAE could do with a wicket here. Oh, that's a good delivery. Beam has been beaten outside the line of the off stump. That corridor of uncertainty in the previous over from Zahoor gave away only 3 runs. Look at that drone shot from the top. It's hazy, but it's still so very cool and beautiful. I just love watching this shot. And then the cricket in the middle has been so intriguing. It's swayed in front in favor of UAE at one point, swaying back like a pendulum to Nepal, swayed back. But now, where will the final swing be? That is the question.
Very watchful, not at all in a hurry. This is all they need, because now we will be having a result. We have passed the 20 over mark for the DLS method to come into play. Not only us, but the three commentators, Andrew, Sharad and Paresh, looking smart and bit tense. They're almost there, the Nepal boys, trying to create the history.
Well, I hope the weather does not intervene, but they're definitely way ahead, Nepal. If the game was to end now, we can have a full match. 20 overs have been completed, but Nepal wants to finish it in a proper manner. Shimmy down the wicket, soft hands, good running, pressure on the fielders. This is technically a very good way to go about it. You can see always they're trying to put pressure on the fielders. More often than not, it works.
This is the advantage when you have the youngsters in your side. Quick lightning between the wickets, both Gulshan and Beam. Sharkey responding to the call of Gulshan, straight away. Beam going for that run. Sloppy bit of work, I would say, by Mayappan. Not sharp enough in the 30-yard circle.
Yes, you've got to be really agile. You've got to really be on your toes when you're trying to save runs. Just a few words from the skipper to Zahoor regarding his tactics. What ball he's going to bowl, because Gulshan is a different kettle of fish to him. Gulshan is on the lookout for quick runs. Is he going to take on the pace bowler? We've had a period of calm in terms of getting the runs in the last over. Not too many runs from Mustafa, and so far just that lone single from Zahoor. So that strategy is being worked out. Fields being changed. The deep mid-wicket comes in into the circle for the left-hander. There's a gully in position. Not quite a slip. There's a backward point cover. A mid-off. He goes. Oh, that's a shake of the head. Once again, the ball could have trickled onto the wicket. You know, had to hurry down Gulshan and get a foot in. It's an appeal. No response from the umpire. There you see, you have to pick the bowler. Almost landed himself in trouble.
There was no protection in the deep, trying to take that advantage. That extra swing, that reverse swing, just going down the leg, and rightly pointed out by Shamim that he could have been in trouble. Gulshan not watching the ball.
Yeah, he's pretty alert to the fact that might have been trickling towards the wicket. Quickly put a foot in. And again, discussions, the strategies, slowing down the game, building up the pressure. It's such a mind game, this wonderful game of cricket. You can see all the ploys, all the experience from Mohammad Hussain, giving his senior bowler Zahoor some tips, because at the moment they've got it contained, the run getting. Will it pressurize Gulshan into a big shot? He's on 47. Needs to tell himself, be careful, be watchful. He plays it away from the body, not in control, straight to the fielder. Ends over number 21. Nepal are 69 for 3.
Nine runs required to win, 49 runs away from history, 49 runs away from maybe one of the biggest sporting achievements in this country's past. That one's turned sharply, it's going to miss leg. People will look back at the 2014 World Cup and they will say, well, that was big. But it was just the one test nation they played in that, in Bangladesh. And despite 2 victories, they couldn't get through to the main stages. Should they get these 49 runs, India and Pakistan await. We will guide you through the next 7 overs, and I've got Sharad Vasakar with me for the first time today. Very good morning, Sharad. What an atmosphere again.
Good morning, Lenny. Yes, it is. It's mesmerizing. It's electrifying. As Nepal move slowly and surely towards the target. They are 70 for 3, just 48 runs away. Experienced Mustafa bowling his 8th over. Picked up the 2 important wickets. And Gulshan, how well he has batted, Lenny.
He's been phenomenal. You were judged as a captain and as a coach and the leadership group of this Nepali side by your big decisions. They've made some big ones in their recent past. Since Monty Desai has come in with the new Monty ball approach. Was that one probably a little too full to cut, and Shadows coming forward instead. Great to see the signs, the passion, the love, the joy for the game here. An atmosphere as raucous and as electrifying, as you said, as I can remember. That's a beauty. I tell you, first slip has done very well to save 4 byes, no contact with the bat. 22 bowled, it's 70 for 3. Really good partnership this for the 4th wicket between Bim Sharkey and Gulshan Jah. 2 young men, this entire team really, with maybe the exception of Karen KC and Sampal Kami. Very, very young still. And certainly the starting 11, Guy Nendramala, you can add to that list too. They've managed to take the sting out of UAE's assault. There's still nervousness out there. Everyone I met for those 7 overs I was off for, they were talking about their pulses racing, their hearts beating. They love their cricket here. And the prize at the end of today's game, maybe the biggest in their history. Inside edge saves Bim Sharkey. Will get a single. What will Jaz's approach be here? He needs 3 for 50. He won't mind too much about that personal milestone. Will he continue to attack?
Well, I think there's no need to attack at the moment. Need to handle this last bit very calmly. They're playing well, they're going well, runs are flowing at the moment. UAE are under pressure. The momentum has shifted to the Nepali side.
And we do have some questions coming into us on social media, just to